Hello everybody. We will be learning sentences today. Sentence is a group of words which makes complete sense. For example, sentence 1, you are my brother. Sentence 2, Radha goes to school. I go to school. So these are the three sentences where we have used words in a predetermined arrangement, like you as a subject, helping verb in the center, my brother at the last. I can't mention my brother at first or in between. So there is a particular pattern in which we can place the words to form a sentence. Now, the conditions of these sentences. Number 1, sentence starts with a capital letter, like Y here, R here, and I here. These are the first letters of every sentence. Point 2, every word is placed in a predetermined sequence, like Radha goes to school. So Radha, the noun as a subject, goes as a verb, and to school as an object. So this is a predetermined sequence of the words in a sentence. Hope you have understood. Point number 3, assertive and imperative sentences have full stop at the last. Point number 4, exclamation sign at the end of exclamatory sentences is placed. Point number 5, interrogative mark is used at the end of an interrogative sentence. Now, this was the basic formation of a sentence, like capital letters in the beginning, full stop at the last, and placing of the words in a predetermined sequence. Now we have to learn how many types of sentences are there. Okay, we will see these structures of the sentence. There are 5 types of sentences. Number 1, assertive. Number 2, interrogative. And number 3, imperative. Number 4, exclamatory. Number 5, optative. And we might have seen earlier, as we have taught you in the classes, that an assertive sentence can be divided further into 2 parts. The first is positive or assertive sentence, and the other one is negative sentence. Okay, these were the 5 types of the sentence. Now we will go in detail for every sentence. Like first one is assertive sentence. Assertive sentence is a simple statement and is of 2 types. Number 1, affirmative sentence, and the negative sentences. Now we have a tabular form here for learning all these affirmative and negative sentences side by side. Like first example, Kavita is a good girl. This is an affirmative sentence because we are telling about somebody to someone. The second sentence, Ram had a pencil. Ram के पास एक pencil थी. Third one, you will write a letter. Fourth, it is very cold today. Another example, there are students in the class. So these were all 5 affirmative sentences through which we have stated our statement or conveyed our statement to others. Now let's come to the negative side of the sentence. We have mentioned here कविता इज नॉट ए गुड गर्ल, कविता एक अच्छी लड़की नहीं है। सेकंड वन, यू डिड नॉट हैव ए पेंसिल। थर्ड वन, you will not write a letter. It is not very cold today. There are no students in the class. In these sentences, you might have observed here, we have either used not, 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 or no. And another word, neither, also can be used to form a negative sentence. In assertive sentences, we were accepting whatever, anything is said about anyone. But in negative sentences, we are refusing to accept. We are negating. This is the difference between two types of this assertive sentences. Okay? There are some points now regarding these sentences. In affirmative sentences, facts, happenings, or position is expressed or indicated or told. In negative sentences, facts, happenings, or incidents and position is denied. Means we are refusing, we are not accepting the statements, whatever anybody has said. We will be saying no, not, or neither. And words not, no, and neither, never are used. This was all about this assertive sentence. Now we'll be taking over interrogative sentence. We have earlier studies what is an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence means through which we are inquiring or we are raising the questions. We are asking something to someone. In these interrogative sentences, we ask questions either of yes, no answer type questions or WS type questions. We will talk about this yes, no type answer questions or WS quality. Let us have some examples of these sentences. Like we have examples of yes, no answer type and on other side WS type questions. So the first example here of yes, no answer type is this mango ripe? क्या ये आम पका हुआ है? Second one, was that boy blind? क्या वो बच्चा अंधा था? Can you drive a car? क्या आप कार चला सकते हो? Does he like coffee? क्या वह कॉफी पसंद करता है? Have you written a letter? क्या आपने पत्र लिख लिया है? And when we type of WS type questions, see, who is your class teacher? आपका कक्षा अध्यापक कौन है? When did he come back? वह कब वापस आया? How can you drive a car? तुम कार कैसे चला सकते हो? What does he take in lunch? वह लंच में क्या खाता है? Why have you written it so badly? तुमने इसको इतना बुरा तरीके से क्यों लिखा है? So have you noticed here? In this WH category, we have used who, when, how, what, where, whom, and whose. We can use these words here. Let us see now what is the difference between yes, no answer type or WS type questions. We see here in yes, no answer type sentences, we use helping verbs or primary modular auxiliaries. For example, is, am, are, has, have, had, will, shall, can, could, may, might, be, do ahead of a sentence. और हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं? हिंदी में ऐसे वाक्य क्या से शुरू होते हैं? क्या आपने खाना खा लिया है? क्या आप दिल्ली जा रहे हो? क्या आप वही लड़के हो? तो ऐसे शब्दों में हम हेल्पिंग वर्ब को सबसे आगे लगाकर सेंटेंस में इंटेरोगेटिव सेंटेंस बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं। जैसे जैसे यहाँ पर पहले एग्जांपल में इज हेल्पिंग वर्ब को हमने अहेड ऑफ सब्जेक्ट हमने यहाँ रख दिया था और लास्ट में साइन ऑफ इंटेरोगेशन लगाया था। दीज आर द कंडीशन ऑफ एन इंटेरोगेटिव सेंटेंस। In the second case, like was, helping verb is kept ahead of subject. At last we have used sign of interrogation, or with modular auxiliaries. देखो how we have used can. Can you drive a car? This is also an interrogative sentence. Can, does, have, was and is, which we have mentioned here. These helping verbs and the primary auxiliaries can be used to form an interrogative sentence. In WH family means here, this one, these sentences. See how he is telling whose, whom, where, why, whose or what are kept ahead of the subject. So we call WH family raises question words who, why, what, where, whose, whom ahead of sentence and the helping words. A sign of interrogation is used at the last in the interrogative sentences. So these were two main differences of these two yes no answer type and WH category questions. In yes no type, normally question was raised by using helping verb ahead of the subject or auxiliaries can, could, shall, should, may, might also are used ahead of subject to make an interrogative sentence. And in the WH type questions, see how they form. They have used ahead of subject who, when, how, what and why. We could use whose and whom also here, as we have made a mention in the examples there. This was about interrogative sentences. Now let us learn about imperative sentences. Third heading, imperative sentences. Imperative sentences expresses permission, request, application, education or suggestion, etc. In these sentences, you word is hidden. You know, in these imperative sentences, normally we omitted the subject. Like class is going on and if somebody is sitting in the class and he is murmuring, so teacher may ask, don't make noise. He never mentioned you in that subject. But he might have indicated, or else it was known in the class who was making noise. So without using subject or a pronoun, they have made a sentence in imperative sentences. means subject is omitted in the imperative sentence. These are of two type again, affirmative and negative. Imperative sentence also could have negative also. So let us see the example. Please give me your pen. कृपया आप मुझे अपना पेन दे दीजिए. Always help the poor. हमेशा गरीबों की मदद करो. Come in the class. कक्षा में आ जाओ. Bring me a cup of tea. मेरे लिए चाय का प्याला लेके आओ. If we form negative, see how we are performing. Please do not take my pen. कृपया मेरा पेन मत लीजिए. Never tease the poor. गरीबों को मत सताइए. Do not come in the class. कक्षा में मत आइए. Don't bring me coffee. मेरे लिए कॉफी मत लाइए. So these were affirmative and negative sentences of our imperative class of sentences. In negative sentences here, we use do not, don't, or never to make negative sentences. Do not, never, do not, and don't. These words are used to make negative sentences here. Okay, hope this imperative sentence is clear to you. Once again, I tell you, imperative sentences expresses permission, request, application or education or suggestion, etc. In these sentences, you word is hidden or subject is omitted. These two types of affirmative and negative types of imperative sentences examples were given. We have seen there in making negatives of these affirmative sentences. Please do not take my pen. Never tease the poor. Don't come in the class, or don't bring me a coffee. So here we used do not, don't, or never to make negative sentences of these imperative sentences. Fourth topic is exclamatory sentences. You might have heard about exclamatory sentences in your previous class. We have taught you in depth, but here also in these sentences, happiness, sadness, wonder, and our heart's fast feelings are expressed. And exclamation mark is used at the end of such sentences. Have you made such sentences earlier? If not, just have a look. What a fine weather! Sign of exclamation. कितना सुहावना मौसम है. Second one, how bravely you fought. तुम कितनी बहादुरी से लड़े. Alas, her baby died. अफसोस, उसका बच्चा मर गया. Hurrah, we have won. Sign of exclamation C. Not at the last. They have kept it here and full stop at the last, because hooray, alas, of course, oh, waha are immediately followed by the sign of exclamation mark. Same thing I have made mention here. If alas, hurrah, ah, oh, exclamatory words used, then exclamation mark is used immediately after them. Example 3 and 4. 3 and 4 here. Hurrah, alas. After them, sign of exclamation is to be put. So we have put here. Got the point? And at the last, you're supposed to put full stop. Sorry, this is my mistake. This has to be full stop. Okay. And the last one is optative sentences. Optative sentences. Fifth type of sentence. Optative sentences. In these sentences, we express blessings, wishes, etc. See the examples. May you live long. आप दीर्घायु हों. May you succeed. ईश्वर आपको सफलता दे. Oh, that I were a minister. काश मैं मंत्री होता. See, we have not put full stop here. We have put sign of exclamation at the last of these sentences. In optative sentences also. Okay? Sign of exclamation at the last. So these were total 5 types of sentences. First one we have studied, you have seen assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence, and optative sentences. And these 5 were in details explained through examples and their main points to be noted. Like second point was the interrogative sentences. We have read about yes no answer type and WS type questions. In yes no type, interrogation sentences were made by putting helping verbs or auxiliary, primary auxiliaries, or can, could, may, might, shall, should, etc. ahead of the subject. And in WS type questions, who, when, how, what, why, whose, or whom words could be used ahead of the subject. Third one is imperative sentences. Imperative sentences were expressing permission, request, application, education, or suggestion. These sentences omit subject you sometimes. Examples we have already seen here. These could be affirmative and negative type. And then last one comes exclamatory and optative sentences. Exclamatory and optative sentence. Exclamatory sentences, you know, where we were explaining or expressing our sudden feelings, fast feelings of the heart, happiness and sadness. In examples we have read, what a fine weather, how bravely you fought, alas, her baby died, hooray, we have won. Or else you could say, oh, what a nice weather, ah, I am hurt. Also you could make. Optative sentences, in these sentences we have expressed blessings or wishes. Like if you wish to say happy birthday to someone, or if you want to say you live long, or you want to bless them on their marriage anniversaries, those sentences comes under optative sentences. May you live long, आप दीर्घायु हो. May you succeed, आप सफल हो. Oh, that I were a minister, काश मैं एक मंत्री होता. These were all about sentence, types of sentence, their examples. this lecture will be ending here today, and at the end I'll be giving you an assignment out of this topic. So every one of you will go through this lecture, read it properly from starting till the end, and then you are to answer the assignments that will be on our website in the assignment section. Wish you good luck. Go through the lecture.